court?
I saw.
All right, thank you. You can step back and get your paperwork. Jose Alvarez to the podium in the courtroom, please. Michael Ambrosen, if you would please work your way to that second chair.
Is it Jose Luis?
I just have Jose Alvarez. What's your date? Is your name Jose Alvarez?
Yeah, there's
okay,
two of us.
What's your date of birth?
August 24, 2003.
Okay, unless they both have the same date of birth, we're good. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Alvarez.
Yes, sir.
You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Those are all Class 3 felonies. And 3 counts of disorderly conduct involving weapons. Those are all Class 6 felonies. The information provided to me by law enforcement indicates that these offenses allegedly occurred January 17th of 2025. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 20th, and then a preliminary hearing the 24th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, I have imposed a $50,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you cannot go back to the scene where the underlying allegations took place. You cannot have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses, and you cannot possess any weapons if you're released from custody. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Number 1, you can step back and get your paperwork.
You have a good day.
Christine Hullett to the podium in the courtroom, please. Luis Carbajal, if you would please work your way to that second chair. Good morning. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Christine Hewlett, 103071.
Thank you very much. And tell me again, it's pronounced Hewlett?
Yes, ma'am.
Hewlett. Okay, thank you, Ms. Hewlett. You are here on 2 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is a grand jury warrant. A state grand jury was convened and found probable cause to return an indictment against you. That indictment contains 1 count of fraudulent schemes and artifices, a Class 2 felony. The warrant alleges that that offense was committed between March 30th of 2021 and April 12th of 2021. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing on that grand jury warrant will be an arraignment hearing February 20th. It'll be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that grand jury warrant, you have a $25,000 cash-only bond. The second matter that you're here on is a bench warrant issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at a trial management conference in an existing felony fraud scheme and computer tampering case. In that case, you already have a lawyer assigned to defend you. That lawyer will continue to represent you. Your next court hearing in that existing case will be a status conference February 24th. That one also at 8:30 downtown. On that warrant, you have a $5,000 cash-only bond. So your total bond will be $30,000 all cash. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot have contact with any alleged victims, witnesses, or co-defendants of any of the underlying allegations, if there are any and you know who they are. And you also can't possess any drugs without a valid prescription if you're released. Do you understand those conditions?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so with the whole failure to appear, I had a paid attorney.
Okay.
And she was supposed to get my court date vacated because of the death of my father. It was supposed to be a 30-day, so I didn't know. After that, I lost contact with her. She wasn't answering her calls for me, nothing.
Well, all I can tell you is that it looks like the court issued an order August 25th of 2021 granting some counsel's motion to withdraw. I don't know if it was that privately retained lawyer or if you had another lawyer, but it looks like in August of 2021, whoever was defending you moved the court for permission to withdraw from the case, and that was granted. So what would have happened after that, you'll have to go back to this court to find out. So the court that's hearing the underlying case, if you're currently unrepresented, will appoint you a new lawyer if you qualify for a public defender.
Okay, and there's no way to get the bonds reduced or secured?
So the short answer is no. The long answer is because you have that $25,000 cash bond on the grand jury warrant, I'm not inclined to change the warrant on the failure to appear because if you were in custody on one and I didn't leave the bond on the other, then you'd continue to miss your court dates because you wouldn't be transported. So you'd start picking up new warrants while you're sitting in custody. And I don't want that to happen. So leaving this hearing, this court this morning, you'll have that $30,000 cash bond. Once you get to your next court hearings, hopefully you'll get lawyers. Lawyers will be there. You can talk to those lawyers about the circumstances of the procedural history and the facts of your case, and you and your lawyers can determine what information is appropriate to present to the trial court, and you can move the trial court to modify these release conditions if your lawyer thinks that it's appropriate.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
That's it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hewitt. You can step back and get your paperwork. Michael Ambrosen to the podium in the courtroom, please. Foss Woodley, if you would please work your way to one of those chairs. Good morning. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Michael Ambrosen, 3/21/93.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrosen. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession for sale, that is a Class 2 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, 1 count of possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense. Those 3 are all Class 4 felonies. And then 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, which is a Class